Now drugs for migraine. Drugs for migraine. So migraine is a very common type of headache. It is the most common type of headache in females. For migraine, we can divide the drugs into two parts: the drugs for acute attack and the drugs for prophylaxis. What is the purpose of using prophylactic drug in migraine patient? In acute attack, we want the termination. In acute attack, we want the termination of headache. So it is for terminating the headache, acute attack. And prophylaxis means to decrease the frequencies of migraine attack, to decrease the frequencies of headache. That is the purpose of drugs for prophylaxis. Then first comes to the drugs for acute attack. The drugs for acute attack, we are having NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. In that we can use like paracetamol, we can use naproxen, piroxicam. So these drugs are NSAIDs. They can be used in acute headache, migraine headache. We already discussed. The second is ergot alkaloid. The second is ergot alkaloids, and ergot alkaloids are commonly used in the migraine patient. Nowadays triptans are best, but ergot compounds are commonly used like ergotamine and dihydroergotamine. Ergotamine and dihydroergotamine, these are ergot alkaloids. What is the role of these drugs? These drugs are acting on serotonin receptor, also acting on the different receptor, but in migraine they are having the role because of their serotonin receptor action. These drugs will cause cerebral vasoconstriction. These drugs will cause cerebral vasoconstriction, and that's why they can terminate the migraine headache. These drugs are commonly used with caffeine. These drugs are commonly used with caffeine. Caffeine is also vasoconstrictor. Caffeine is also a vasoconstrictor drug, and it is CNS stimulant. So vasoconstrictor and CNS stimulant, these drugs are commonly used with caffeine. Now see, what is the risk with these drugs? Why these are not choice of drug? They are very good in effect, but the problem is their side effect. So what are the problems or what are the disadvantages? So side effect of these drugs, that ergot compounds can increase the risk of nausea, vomiting. And as you know, in migraine patient there is already nausea, vomiting. So high risk of nausea, vomiting with ergot compound. So we need to give additional anti-emetic drugs. Second is there is risk of peripheral vasoconstriction. That's why there is risk of cyanosis. There is risk of dry gangrene at the tip of fingers and toes. So there is risk of cyanosis, dry gangrene at the tip of fingers and toes. So these are basically causing peripheral vasoconstriction at the tips of finger and toes. So there is risk of cyanosis, there is risk of dry gangrene in these areas. So that is also important risk. Then comes to triptans. The third important drug is triptans. Triptans are very good drug in migraine patient. In triptans we are having sumatriptan, rizatriptan, naratriptan. These are triptans. Sumatriptan is most commonly used drug, but it is having low oral bioavailability. Naratriptan is having high oral bioavailability. Provatriptan is longer acting. Rizatriptan is faster acting. So sumatriptan was commonly used drug, but nowadays some other options are available, but still commonly used drug is sumatriptan. Now what is the mechanism of sumatriptan? We already discussed the mechanism of sumatriptan. It is acting on 5-HT receptor serotonin receptor 5-HT 1B/1D agonistic drug, and by that it can cause cerebral vasoconstriction. By that it can cause cerebral vasoconstriction, and that's why it can terminate the acute headache. Second important thing is, what is the route of administration? What is the route of administration? So it can be used via oral route, but oral bioavailability is low. Oral bioavailability is low. So because of the MAO enzyme activity in the GIT, the drug can be metabolized. The drug can be metabolized in the GIT. So MAO enzyme is there in the GIT, and because of that the oral bioavailability is low. And that's why the better route is subcutaneous. The better route is subcutaneous or rectal. The better route is subcutaneous or rectal. In subcutaneous and rectal, bioavailability is higher. Bioavailability is higher. So that is about the route of administration. So it can be used via oral route, but subcutaneous and rectal is preferred because of the high oral bioavailability. Then comes to, what are the disadvantages or what are the advantages? So what is the advantage of this drug over ergot compound? What is the advantage of this drug over ergot compound? In ergot compound, I told you they are increasing the risk of nausea vomiting, but these drugs are suppressing the nausea vomiting. These drugs are suppressing the nausea vomiting. Ergot compounds are causing vasoconstriction in the end arteries. These are not causing peripheral vasoconstriction in the end arteries. So that is the advantage. So no risk of cyanosis. So no cyanosis with these drugs. No gangrene with these drugs. So that is the advantage of this drug, and that's why these are the drug of choice. These are the drug of choice in migraine headache. These are the drug of choice for terminating the acute headache of migraine. So these are very safe drug and very good drug comparatively. But what are the disadvantages? The disadvantage, or you can say what are the contraindications? Simultaneously we can tell the disadvantage also. So it can cause cerebral vasoconstriction. It can cause cerebral vasoconstriction. Because of that, in TIA, transient ischemic patients, we are not using this drug. So in TI stroke, we are not using. Then, so it is risky in stroke patient, you can say. Second is, it is risky in epilepsy patient. So decreasing the cerebral blood flow, it is risky. Then it is risky in coronary artery disease patient also. In coronary artery disease or ischemic heart disease patient also. Then it is risky during pregnancy. It is risky during pregnancy. In pregnancy, the safest drug is paracetamol out of these. Out of these all drugs, safest is paracetamol. So TIA, epilepsy, cerebral coronary artery disease, ischemic heart disease or pregnancy, in these conditions, triptans are not safe drug. We should avoid using triptans in all these conditions. So out of all these drugs, you can see triptans are overall best drug. So drug of choice for acute attack of migraine is triptans. Then comes to drugs for prophylaxis. The drugs for prophylaxis, migraine prophylaxis, the drugs are to decrease the frequency, I told you, and in this we are having the first category is beta blocker. In beta blocker we can use propranolol. In beta blocker we can use propranolol. The second category we are having anti-epileptic drugs. Anti-epileptic. In anti-epileptic drug we are using valproate. I told you divalproex nowadays. So valproate, gabapentin, topiramate. These drugs can be used in prophylaxis of migraine. So anti-epileptic. Then we can use antidepressants. We can use antidepressant drug. In antidepressant, tricyclic antidepressant. Tricyclic antidepressants like amitriptyline. So amitriptyline can be used. Nortriptyline. Amitriptyline, nortriptyline. These are tricyclic antidepressants. These are also very good for prophylaxis of migraine. Then we are having some calcium channel blockers. Calcium channel blocker, especially this flunarizine. This flunarizine is very effective. You can give verapamil, diltiazem, but they are not good for migraine. They are having the conduction defect. Flunarizine is a good drug, good calcium channel blocker that can be used in the migraine prophylaxis. Then the drug acting on serotonin receptor, 5-HT2 antagonist drug. I told you cyproheptadine, then methisergide, and pijotifen. These drugs are 5-HT2 antagonists, and these drugs can also be used for migraine prophylaxis. So there are so many drugs for migraine prophylaxis. Out of these drugs, methisergide is currently not used. That is because of the risk of fibrosis. So risk of fibrosis is there with the methisergide. It can cause pulmonary fibrosis. It can cause pericardial fibrosis. It can cause retroperitoneal fibrosis. So you can see it is risky drug. So pulmonary fibrosis, pericardial fibrosis, retroperitoneal fibrosis risk is there. Methisergide is not currently used drug. Then the important is which is the best drug. The best drug is propranolol. So for prophylaxis of migraine, the best drug is propranolol. So that is very important. So these are the drugs for prophylaxis of migraine. Overall best is propranolol, beta blocker. Then anti-epileptic drugs can be used, antidepressant can be used, calcium channel blockers, or 5-HT2 antagonist. Instead of one drug, you can give more than one drug simultaneously. 2 or more than 2 drugs can also be used for prophylaxis of migraine. So that is all about the drugs for migraine. Thank you.